Here we have the golden generation, which is how the Hesiodic myth-making starts this big picture of humanity, where we go from gold to silver to bronze, then material unspecified, and then finally iron. And in this scheme of 5 generations, it's interesting that the first of the 5, which can be imagined as genealogically successive, in other words, where you go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. In this first one, they're superhumans. I translated it that way because we just don't have a good word for daimon, plural daimones, and we've been struggling with how to translate this word from the very beginning at hour 0. And okay, it's one thing to say that a daimon is a superhuman essence, and how you really can't tell right away whether a given daimon is a god or a hero, I mean a cult hero. But here, I wish we had a better word, but we don't in English. So consider superhumans a placeholder, and let's concentrate on daimones. And daimones definitely means we're talking here about cult heroes. And it's interesting that both for generation 1 and for generation 2, the perspective is that of cult heroes. And then when we go to generations 3 and 4, then the perspective will be of epic heroes, or let's say narrative heroes, right. Poetic narrative heroes. And then all bets are off, of course, with the 5th category. But let's not go there yet.
It occurred to me, isn't it interesting that in this short text, we are told twice that these special properties of the daimones are because of the will of Zeus. So
Yes.
we are told this in the second sentence,
Yes.
and then at the end of the passage,
Yes.
it is said that all of this is a privilege. And
Yes.
privilege, or geras
Yes.
in original Greek,
Yes.
is something you receive.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Do you think we can connect this to the special relationship that obtains between let's say, a cult hero and an antagonistic deity?
Oh, I love that.
Would that be a
I
connection?
think that's lovely, that these things just can't come together if there isn't a direct involvement by the divine apparatus, by the cosmic scheme of things. I like that. So it's really an allotment. And that would, of course, really fit the, how shall I say it, the prehistoric meaning of daimon as an essence that is involved in division of things and distribution and in putting together all the ingredients of the cosmos. I love that. That's a lovely insight.
And the involvement can, of course, be active or passive.
Sure.
And,
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's really very intuitive. And then the fact that they're earthbound, epikhthonioi. It's not so much that they're on the earth; it's that they're just limited by the earth. Their essence is connected, linked, or as I just said earlier, bound to the earth. And here we go. They're guardians of dikē in the absolute sense of justice. This is the kind of thing that's so rare, as you and I were saying and thinking, in the case of Homeric poetry, but in Hesiodic poetry, it's everywhere.
As I'm sure
Yes.
our readers will,
Yes.
by this time, have experienced, Hesiod just tends to be more direct than
Yeah,
Homer.
yeah,
So
yeah.
again, we are talking about
Yes.
broadly different poets, but also
Yes.
different kinds of verbal art, different kinds of poetics.
Yes,
That's the word
yes.
that looms large in our discussions.
It really is a different toolkit, a different way of thinking about the world, and even a different way of thinking about heroes. Here, heroes are so neatly compartmentalized into positive and negative sides of cult heroes for generations 1 and 2, then flip negative and positive sides of epic heroes for generations 3 and 4, and then again all bets are off with 5.